Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to walk you through the common application. In this short tutorial, I would practically show you how to fill out your application, what things to consider and what things to include. But before to dive into it, for those of you who do not know, this is Zakra Bakhshi and I'm making videos to help school students study abroad. If you still haven't watched my first video on how to study in the United States as an international student, please click here. If you find this video helpful and you want more contents like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let me know of your ideas in the comments below. So stick to this video until the end and let's get started. So when you come to the common application website, this is how everything may look like. As you can see on the top right corner of the screen, there are two options: sign in and create an account. If you already have an account, you can simply sign in. If not so, first please create an account on the common application. That's not a big deal. But as I already have an account, I will try to sign in, and here, as you can see, they will ask you for one question: whether you're applying as first-year student or transfer, which means through common application you can apply as both. Since you're more likely to be a first-year student like me, I will click on it and sign into my account. At this moment, you can see 5 tabs on the top of the screen, and I will try to briefly describe on each of them. Number 1 is your dashboard. It is where you can see the list of colleges you want to apply, but keep in mind that the colleges will not appear automatically and by themselves. You have to search them, find them, and add them to your list. When you click to the My Colleges tab, you again have the opportunity to see the list of your colleges, and actually it is where you will be able to start filling out the university's application separately and in real time. We will be back to the common application. The next one is College Search tab. It is where you can find some of your preferred colleges and add them to your list. For instance, I want to apply for Barnard College in New York, and I want to see whether I can find it on the common application or not. And yeah, here I got it. You can click on it, and you also can have the chance to read some information and some important deadlines and some requirements of the university on the page. And if you are planning or seriously planning to apply for this university, you can add this to your list. Finally, coming to the last step entitled Financial Aid Resources, will contain a ton of useful information for you to read through and apply for scholarships and financial aids. This part is a little complicated considering that you need to fill out an entirely different application, but to be brief, I'll make a separate video on this in order for you to better understand it. So let's skip this part and jump onto the Common App tab. After you click here, the profile will pop up. On the left corner of the screen, you can see 6 sections listed for you, and you're supposed to complete all of them one by one: profile, family, education, testing, activities, and writing. And after you complete each of the sections, you will receive a tick mark immediately from them. So let's initially start with the profile section. In this part, everything is super easy and straightforward. That's why I will not go through the details for each of the terms, so that we could have enough time to focus more on the other consequential parts. Here, I would shortly tell you how this stuff gonna work. In case there were any unknown and specific questions that you do not know, please ask me in the comments. In the personal information section, you are requested to give some details about yourself, your name, gender, and date of birth. The second is your address, like where do you live and what's your home address. Be quite delicate in this part. Contact details is asking you for your contact number and an emergency one. Demographics is also an easy peasy part, like in which continent do you live and where do you belong, basically. Languages, how many languages can you speak and how proficient are you. The next is geography and nationality. In this part, you're gonna fill out some information like where are you from, what's your nationality. And finally, the last part is Common App fee waiver. Well, it is because most of the universities have a specific amount of money for their application or fee for their application, and you have to pay for it. But if you think you're qualified for a fee waiver, you can just waive the fee of the applications and save a lot of money through this way. So we are hopefully done with this part, and let's head over to the family section. In this part, you have to elaborate a little about your household, like your parents' marital status, if they are married, separate, divorced, or anything that best fits for you. For me, it's hopefully married, so I will select it. The next question, with whom do you make your permanent home? Just select both parents. Do you have any children? No. And the three other parts are as simple as this. You're going to provide some personal information about your parent 1, maybe your father, your parent 2, your mother, and siblings. When you complete this part, click on the education section. So this part is a little complicated. The first part is your current or most recent secondary or high school. Here you're asked to give details about your school, maybe the address, date of entry, or if there was any gap that caused problem with your graduation time. If not so, select no change in progression. This part shouldn't be really difficult for you. Easy peasy, we will skip it. Other secondary high schools means if you have ever attended any other high school despite the one that you have already mentioned. If you have attended any, please provide details. If not, then you can select 0. But keep in mind that you shouldn't have include your elementary or middle school here because it's all about your high school. The next is colleges and universities, which means if you have ever taken any coursework at a college or university, you're going to say how many, and then you will be able to fill that in. For us, it's definitely 0. Coming to the grades, primarily the common, I'm going to ask your graduating class size, like how many students have been graduated from school at the same year that you've been graduated. For instance, I will write 150. Because there were almost 4 other 12 classes with us. This is just an approximate number. You don't have to really be exact at this part. Next is class rank reporting. For students like me, it is exact. Then you need to write your class rank here. For the rank weighting, select unweighted. If you literally cannot differentiate between weighted and unweighted, I would suggest you to do some research on Google in order to get a good grasp of the concept. For GPA scale reporting, please determine your full GPA scale. For example, for us, it is 100%. Then in the cumulative GPA blank, write your transcript score. For example, for me, it was approximately 98.8. GPA weighting is again unweighted. So now let's come to the next portion. In the current or more recent year courses part, you will be able to say what sort of courses you've been taking during the last year of high school. For example, in 12th grade, from almost 17 subjects that we had, I would like to report only the top 10 of them. But you also can report as few or as many as you want. Our course scheduling system is on yearly basis. Here I will try to fill out one of them for you to exemplify. In the course subject, as you can see on the screen, you have a wide variety of options, but I would rather report my math course first. The name of the course was overall about calculus and advanced mathematics. So it was the name of the course. You don't have to be really exact at this part because our subjects do not have a exact name. Course level was regular and standard, and our course schedule was full year. And time to explore the honor section. This is actually my cup of tea. Here you're going to say if you have received any honors during your high school years. You can report as many as 5. To give you a quick example, I would like to mention one of the recent awards I got from United Nations Institute of Training and Research. The name was UNITAR Online Hackathon Award. So grade level means when have I received the award? I will say in 12th grade. Level of recognition, the program was on regional and also national foundation. So it was just an example. You can add any athletic club, presidential, MUN, or any other award that you got. Now let's head over to community-based organizations. It is basically a spot where you can acknowledge that you had the cooperation of any other organization with assistance in your application process, and then you may give details. I will select 0 since I haven't received any. Future plans is where you can specify or at least guess your future career plans or interests. If you don't have any special clue about it, you can select undecided, and you will also choose the higher degree you intend to earn. Alright, let's move to the testing section right now. To be honest, it's one of the easiest sections in the entire Common App to fill out because they will merely ask you if you have taken any standardized tests like SAT, AB, IB, Cambridge, TOEFL, PT Academic, IELTS, or Duolingo English test. Though some universities are now test optional, but I would rather advise you to take one of these tests and give a yes answer here. When you click yes, another question gonna pop up asking you exactly which standardized test have you taken. Then you may give your responses accordingly. So anyway, this shouldn't be really challenging. At this moment, let me take you to the most crucial and momentous sections of the Common Application, activities. It is the platform where you can show the admission officers that what a productive student you are, how you're helpful to your community, and to be brief, your extracurricular is going to show what you are doing exactly in your free time and outside the classroom. So examples of the activities may include arts and music, any clubs, any community engagement, any significant family responsibilities, paid jobs, or any other meaningful experiences. When you click yes here, you can report 1 up to 10 activities, as many as you want. So let me give you a nice clue here in order to fill out the other parts. When you hit the activity tab, you will have a ton of different activities to select. So I would pick science and math to report first. Next is my position and role within the organization. I will say managing director. Then I have to give the name of the organization here. I will write school science club. And here in this box, you have to give a little description about your work, what you were doing exactly, merely in 150 characters. So we can write this way. Conducted 7 informative seminars, run weekly meetings, hosted guest speakers, and organized the annual science contests. So short and brief, but you also can bring any kind of changes. Then in the participation grade level, I would specify that in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I was doing this particular activity. So time of participation, I would say during the school year, but you also can have multiple choices here. Hours spent per week, I would answer 4, and weeks spent per year, I would answer 30. Because in a single year there are approximately 50 weeks, and we are more likely to go to school for only 35 weeks. So please, I just mean do not exaggerate here, and do not give overwhelming answers. And the last point is whether if I intend to participate in the same activity in college or not. So this is your choice. I would say yes. So I will again put the rest of activities on you. Report any kind of meaningful and practical activity you had or you still have. So finally and hopefully and cheerfully, the last section is going to be writing section. This part is about your personal statement, also called personal essay or the Common App essay. When you scroll down, you can see the list of universities require this essay, and here in this particular portion, you can select your preferred essay prompt among 6 literally amazing ones. Please use a Word document to draft your piece and then drag and drop it in this box. But keep in mind that your essay should be a minimum 250 words and maximum 650 words. Heading over to the additional information part, here you have the choice to add any additional essay about your special circumstances or qualifications. But just to be specific, this is not a necessary part, just optional. In case you have something to share, do it. If not, so don't worry, just chill and relax. When you complete all of the sections, you will be notified by a green tick mark, just like this. So we are done with this part of Common Application. Thank you so much for watching. If still there's any obscurity or any unknown question regarding your application process, you can ask me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification bell not to miss any other content of me. Thank you so much once again, and bye-bye.